Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Don't tell me you are out here using your time to customize the Santa sack. You're sublimating it and you're selling them all for the low. You're selling your Santa sack for $5? No way, sis. All right, come on. Pull up a chair, sit down so we can jump on this computer so I can show you the proper way to price that Santa sack before your craft room turns into Santa's unpaid workshop. Come on. To our price plan. So let's do a breakdown to see how much we should charge for these Santa sacks. So let's start right here with our materials. So first with our materials, we know we're going to need a Santa sack, which is our blank. We're going to be using sublimation paper. We're also going to be using sublimation ink. And also our packaging. What are we packaging our Santa sack in once it's complete? So when we do a breakdown of our materials, that total is going to give us a roughly about $7. That's because each material is broken down individually. So our Santa sacks come in bulk. So those breaking down to one specific Santa sack. Our sublimation paper, we know we don't buy just one piece of sublimation paper or one little tablespoon of sublimation ink. So the ink comes in a bottle, we know, and our sublimation paper comes in a pack. And then also with our packaging, what are we going to package our Santa sack in when it's being delivered or mailed? So that includes the cost for that. So for our materials, we're going to price those at roughly around $7. The next thing we're going to look at is our overhead. So our overhead is going to be using our heat press. It's going to be using our electricity. We all know we need electricity to operate that heat press. We know we need electricity to operate our printer to print off that sublimation sheet with the design on there. We also need software. The software is going to be where we design our sublimation design to put on the Santa sack, or if we're not designing it, we are editing the template that we purchased. We need software to do that. And then also any additional craft tools that we use. That might be heat gloves. That will be like our heat tape. So if we price those at $1.50 each, that'll give us roughly a total of $6 for our overhead. Then the next thing we're going to look at is our labor. So labor, you can price that however you want. It depends on how much you plan on paying yourself per hour. So here, I'm going to pay myself $20 an hour to create this customizable Santa sack. So that's the time I spent designing it. That's the time I spent pressing it, taking it off the press, taking the paper out, packaging it. So that's my labor cost. I'm going to mark it at $20 per hour for my labor. So after we add up our labor, our materials, and our overhead, we can charge $30 to $35 for our Santa sack. Some people charge more, so it depends, because you also want to look at the size of the Santa sack that you are providing. Santa sacks can come in different sizes. You have your larger ones, you have your smaller ones. Couple days ago, we worked together on creating a smaller one. So it's up to you as to, again, how much you want to charge per hour for your labor. And then you also want to look at how much time you're spending customizing that specific Santa sack. So we cannot have you out here, sis, selling $5 Santa sacks. You're going to be in Santa's broke toy shop, and we cannot have that. You want to be out here making sure you're making these customizable, beautiful gifts for your clients, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're profiting off of the time you're spending creating these beautiful designs and these beautiful items. So what I want you to do is let me know down below what other items you may need help with creating a price plan for it. Also, we do have price plans available for absolutely free for Christmas. So we have other Christmas designs where we give you a breakdown of how you should price them. So if you are interested in receiving that price plan, let us know by commenting down below and just saying price plan, and we'll get it over to you. All right. See you later.